Alright, ladies and germs, welcome to Chapter 5.3, the West African Empires of the Mali and the Songhai. A couple things we'll get into today. One, the rise and eventual decline of the Mali Empire, as well as the Empire of the Songhai. Alright, starting out with the rise of the Mali Empire. If you've ever seen the Disney movie The Lion King, you might be vaguely familiar with this. The Mali Empire Sunjata came to power as the first ruler of the Mali Empire. Mali was formed in 1240 in the southern area of the old Ghana Empire. In Ghana, we covered in Lesson 5.2. Again, he's been referred to as the Lion King. He captured Ghana's capital and extended the empire. And then he also was the one responsible for re-establishing the gold and salt trades through West Africa. And he balanced Islam with traditional beliefs as well. After Sunjata, Mansa Musa was our next ruler of the Mali Empire. He was probably the most famous Mali king. He was a devout Muslim. He was the one who began the pilgrimages to the Muslim city of Mecca. And on his way, he passed out gold to everyone he saw and made Timbuktu a very important city in the West African Empire. All right, Timbuktu, yep, it's a real place, not just some funny place, funny name. It's a city on the Niger River. It was a very important city for culture, gold trading, and practicing of the Islamic religion, learning about it. And after Mansa Musa's pilgrimage, scholars, artists, and writers from all over the world traveled to Timbuktu to practice their crafts or learn about the Islamic religion. The decline of the Mali Empire. A couple reasons for this. Outside of the empire, the North African Berbers captured the Mali lands. All right, so people from outside started invading. Bandits started raiding trading and military posts. And by 1500, Mali was reduced to its original size. So it was not very big at all. All right, so the empire of Mali was now under the Berber control. All right, but inside, there are some problems as well. After Mansa Musa's death, there was a struggle for control of the empire and who should come to power next. Timbuktu actually became a pretty dangerous place. All right, it was raided and eventually burned to the ground. And then the Songhai rebels from East Mali declared independence, so they completely separated away from the empire. Which then brings us to the empire of the Songhai. All right, so after their secession from the Mali Empire, they start creating their own empire. All right, so the locals of Timbuktu asked Sunni Ali. They went up to him and said, which Swahili translation means, "Bruh, can you help us get rid of these foreign invaders and get our empire back under control?" So Sunni Ali, being a pretty good dude, goes, which again, translation means, yeah. So he drove out all the Berber rebels, regained control of Timbuktu, and created the Songhai Empire. And he ruled it pretty strictly. And again, under his rule, Jen became a very important city in the West African Empire. Sunni Ali eventually dies, and after him, Askia Muhammad becomes ruler in 1493. His greatest achievement during his reign was really organizing the empire of the government of the Songhai Empire. All right, so he starts making a more unified government, divides the empire into provinces, and appoints governors to run each province. And he appoints directors to oversee areas such as the army, the navy, the finances. So he kind of realized that it was too much for one person to try and do all this. So he starts delegating some responsibility, much like, some of the other governments we've looked at, and even kind of like our own. The president doesn't do everything. There's certain jobs that other people have to do to kind of help run the country. All right, so Askia Muhammad implements this structure in the Songhai Empire. All right, the fall of the Songhai Empire was kind of started with Askia taking his father out of the throne and kind of taking over. During the 1580s, Moroccan forces began battling Songhai for the land. And in 1491, a Moroccan army actually captured some of the important cities, including Gao and Timbuktu. And from this, the collapse of the Songhai Empire began. All right, so let's take a look at a little review here. All right. Sunjata was F. He was the first leader of the Mali Empire, known as the Lion King. Mansa Musa, D. He led the legendary pilgrimage to the Islamic city of Mecca. The Songhai rebels, A. The group that declared their independence from Mali to form their own empire. Sunni Ali. He was the leader of the Songhais that drove the Berbers out of the old Mali Empire. Askia Muhammad, C. The famous Songhai leader who restructured the government and divided the Songhai into provinces. And then the Moroccans, E. The group that invaded Songhai and marked the end of the Songhai Empire.